I went and checked in your little YouTube studio, and the video was stuck on private, so it wouldn't allow comments. So I'm gonna do this again. All right, it's frustrating, man. Anyway, last live got kicked off of. Have to delete the other one because it says something about something's deemed offensive or something with the community guidelines or whatever. I had to accept it, delete it, whatever. I think maybe copyrighted image. I don't know. But all right. So what up, that busy? So I hopped on. I hop on a live. I listened to a little bit of live, and I heard Dale. He mentioned my name. It's the first time I heard my name out of somebody's mouth. But in that live, you say, we attacked your family, and I'm like, bro, I never had no back and forth with you. I never said nothing about you or your wife. But as far as the other stuff, that was funny. I liked the video or whatever. I said what I said. Now, some people may say, hey, I'm crazy for still being cool with Swipe or whatever, or supporting the book, supporting the channel. But here's what I say. Paperwork. For one, focusing on paperwork, trying to rehash what I said, focusing on paperwork instead of justice for duck. All right. Obviously, it's a BS street code because you won't, nobody cares about the mother or the people who who depended on them. It was always long live Duck. He was a legend. He was the heart and soul of Drill. Drill died when he died. That's how people say him and Vaughn and all that. So I would think anybody would want justice for him, even though the people that's, I say allegedly, and for accused of killing him or whatever, or being involved in the murder, there are also people that people know. Now, a lot of bloggers who was cool with Swipe turning on him. And I mentioned the word jealousy. Hey, just like any community, these YouTube streets, they get it could be a crab in a barrel thing. And I believe I said, just like in the music industry or anything else, even a damn McDonald's, somebody pulling somebody else down, when it's chum in the water. I expect people to jump all over it. We was on lives, everybody was talking about, I had my piece to say, my opinion or whatever, when it comes to, who else was in paperwork. Because you was like, we had everything to say about everybody else, and now we're getting the medicine and we can't take it. It ain't about that. A civilian is a civilian. Street person is a street person. You live by street rules, and you still portraying to live by street rules, and you feeding that to the fans, to the audience or whatnot, and your songs and whatnot, and then you end up in paperwork, then that's the kind of flack you're gonna get. However, if you're a civilian, then those rules don't apply. If I was a street dude and I was still doing dirt in the street, I would go in the other direction because that's what I'm living by, but that ain't what I live by. So I got nothing to hide. I got no reason to run or whatever. What I'm saying is a lot of people on YouTube no longer live that life either. Or at least, portray to not to, but don't live that life either. They on YouTube trying to eat like anybody else. And so, coming for them in a sense of, okay, let's get him out the way. That way I can come up. And I said, it's enough room at the table for everybody to eat. Now, if we go back to the paperwork, at the bottom, the part that's not highlighted that I had in my thumbnail, it didn't place anyone at the scene or say that a person did it or even that he was there or anything like that. The part that was highlighted was admitting to living in O Block and being a BD. Can't deny that. It's a whole bunch that can't be denied because so much has been said on lives, and not just him. A whole lot of hell. Everybody's reporting on something about Chicago. So I'm gonna rock with who I rock with, and if I was living that life, then the same rules would apply. Butter for example, he just dropped his FBG out his name. He was still banging and all that stuff, still claiming it's now. He just recently said, I'm dropping my flag, become a civilian. Now, anything you do in paperwork before you drop your flag, then it's like, oh, you were living two different lives. But however, Swipe on the other hand, since the beginning, said I'm a civilian. I don't gang bang. I'm not a gang member. It's a bunch of bull. So I'm rocking with him civilian to civilian. Because I'm a civilian, he a civilian. That's what he said he is. That's what he is. So, I said what I said. I'm not coming back here to walk back anything I said. The part I'm talking about is, saying that I said something about, attacking families and all that. I don't message you back and forth. I don't even talk about you. When I'm talking, I'm giving my opinion on something totally different. If it's other grown-ass people having a conversation and your name come up, you don't hear me talking about you because that ain't my conversation. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my conversation. That's other people, and you have those conversations with those people. But then you talking about coming at a whole mod squad. Like, what we doing here? You have your issues with who you have your issues with, but don't bring two whole, this, it's like, nah, we can't let it happen. We can't let a whole damn YouTube war, when we all supposed to be examples, happen. All this picking sides and all this stuff, this ain't high school. You ain't that much older than me. So we damn near like in the same generation, bro. So ain't no need to be coming at nobody else, My thing is, and like I said, hey, I'm on IG. I can't find you on IG, but we can holler, bro. But anything else I said before, I said what I said. Anybody still portraying that life, then yeah, I would say the same thing that anybody else saying. The man is civilian. Anybody else who's a civilian who naming some paperwork, if they was civilian then, hey, it is what it is. Them rules don't apply. Street rules don't apply. So no, I'm not going to turn my back. Shit, they don't want it with my squad. We too tight. See, that's the thing. We shouldn't make it. It don't have to be like some kind of gang or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people gonna look out and have each other's back, but you into it with who you into it with. And it damn sure, don't have to spread because other people are listening. My whole thing, the only thing, because I heard my name, my thing is I'm addressing, saying that I'm attacking you or attacking no. And anybody who may have smiled in his face or rocking with or supporting one week and then the next week is something totally different, they got nothing to hide. They shouldn't have nothing to worry about. I'm rocking with them civilian. I'm assuming that some of these other peoples are civilians too. They on YouTube just like everybody else. And if they ain't, then hey, head for the hills. But if not, then what you acting? Why act all gangster and try to hold somebody to rules that neither he, I, or themselves don't live by? That's where I'm coming from. So yeah, I stand by what I said. Justice for Duck, and it seems like people are more concerned with the paperwork and not, it's like, oh, shouldn't have said anything. So what? It can go unsolved for I don't know how long. The feds already know what they know. They already know what they know. And hell, bloggers all over the country, outside the country, all talking about the same thing. All the documentaries, all the videos, the series, the little shorts, anything. Chicago been on everybody's lips for years now because of this drill culture. He said, shouldn't be involved in it. Nah. But yeah, I know, when I'm on there, I'll say my piece. I talk a lot, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if it's from the most recent video or whatever, yeah, I stand by what I said. Anybody who's still portraying to be street or whatever, it's like, if you're not living that life, what you living by that code for then? But then hop online and then down somebody else for doing what a civilian's supposed to do. Isn't that what we're trying to get the community involved too, or is it just more of keep protecting the people who are destroying the community with their actions? At some point, it's got to stop. So yeah, shame on anybody who still want to keep things the same, or who aren't living that life. Oh yeah, okay, that's what it is. It's what is it? They talked about all these other people. You mentioned the word medicine. Talked about all these other people. You know what I'm saying? During this whole time, coming down on all these people. Yeah, because they were still portraying being gangster. If whose name, who, what, any rapper, any famous rapper, anything, if they portraying the image and they out there, yeah, I'm a killer, I'm gonna do this and I do this and I do that, and then when they get locked up and then it comes out, oh, my name and paperwork, then yeah, they deserve to catch the flack from everybody, because it's like you're portraying something and influencing kids all over. That's what I said in the video. This ain't just about Chicago, because like it affected, it went worldwide. It's infectious. The whole drill culture is infectious, and it's affected not just Chicago communities, but communities all over. Mainly your Memphis and your DCs and your Philadelphias and your New Yorks and a couple other places, Florida, California. The same image being portrayed, and if these people naming up in paperwork, now they live in fake. The whole, just like with the Tekashi 6ix9ine thing. And then now people, Tekashi 6ix9ine probably more famous than he was before. So what does that tell you? It's all BS. So what more is there to say? So, like I said, I repeat it. If you live by those rules, by civilian rules, then you do what civilians do. Unless you're portraying to be something else, then you're bogus. And I would say that to Swipe or anybody else. But since I've known him I don't know him personally, but since he popped up on YouTube, whatever, he said, I'm not a gangbanger, I'm a civilian. That was way before any of this came out. So that's how I rock with. That's why I still support. And if I had something to hide, I'll be running for the hills, but that ain't me. And that ain't a whole bunch of people. My issue is people who still acting like they like that, or they probably was before, and they not, but still talking that way, because, hey, it's good content. And I did say that in the last video. I said, hey, people gonna do what they do. It's content. Hey, people gonna run with it. Hey, all's fair in love and war. People gonna use it. They gonna eat off of it. It is what it is. Anybody, everybody does it. That ain't the issue. It's acting like, they would do any different. Because if you get caught in a lie after being pulled into something, you screwed. Now you're going to be a suspect. And they'll throw money at anything. It's like dude said from Mario, anybody giving away money just for saying that you lived in a certain block and you was a gang member at one time. Even though I looked at the bottom paragraph, and it said did not place Marcus Smart at the scene, was not at the location, anything like that. I mean, people was trying to make it seem like he had something to do with it. I would want to clear my name up just as fast too, because we know how quick they say the lie will make two real trips around the world before the truth gets out of bed. So I would definitely, and how people want to come for your head. So yeah, if something as much as a text message, could implicate me and make it seem like I had something to do with something, especially a murder like that, hell no. I'm finna make sure I clear my name. And then, yeah, I mentioned, that image, that horrible image of Duck laying in the street, not getting the help he need. Police wouldn't let him get help from a nurse or something like that. Ambulance taking long. Y'all know how it happened. Like they wanted him to die. Seeing Lashina crying, I remember when, when, she was like, they got him, what, should she not have justice for her son just like we feel any other mother would? So, hey, it might be other people that folks know and all that, but hey, wrong is wrong and right is right. Murder is murder. We all want it to stop. So we're not seeing no more of this, like, what? You say something about Troy, rest in peace, Duck. Posting airbrush shoes. All the videos, all the disses, all the things that every blogger was already saying. They telling on themselves. They snitching on themselves for this and that. So anything they said afterwards is really just a reiteration, not even a confirmation, a reiteration of what they already know. But anyway, civilian to civilian, I rock with who I rock with. If it was any other way, the same rules would apply if I was a street dude. I would be talking just like everybody else, but I ain't. And if those other people aren't, then they need to stop talking like it. Stop encouraging, people to not help solve murders. To, because all that, what does that do? What we've been talking about, all it does is encourage it more. Nobody's saying nothing. Oh, nobody's saying this. Oh, nobody's saying that. Uh-oh, damn, nope. Well, we can't do this. No leads in the case, all that. And then it's just more people who what up, Sparks? What's up, Lexi? It's just more people who are, in the ground and their families get no justice. But because these, involving people's favorite rappers, and it is a culture that then garnered, so much influence around the world, and in every major city in America, yeah, I would think anybody should lend a voice to it. You know what I'm saying? To try to get it to stop. Or to encourage civilians, okay? I'm not talking about street dudes. I understand that they got a different code they live by. Anybody else that lives outside their purview, those don't apply. So that's what I need to say about that. No, I'm not walking back anything I said. I said what I said. I'm just here to say, yo, I ain't never say nothing about you or your family, bro. And you shouldn't come at a whole group of people. You know who's saying what to you. We all see it, So keep it there. And if you want to talk to me, man to man, hey, IG. I tried to type it. I don't know what handle you go by. But you know my handle. So hit me up. You talk about that a lot. We could talk, man. The only reason why I'm doing this on this video is because I heard my name on the video. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be doing this. I'll just be reiterating what I said in the last video, because I'm not walking that back. I stand by that. Oh, you rocking with a snitch, this and that. And it's like, well, I'm not a street dude. What I got to worry about? If I had some cases or something, I had a warrant or something, I'd be like, oh, hell no, I'm gone. That ain't the case. Is that the case with anybody else that has something to say otherwise? Oh, here we go. Said wasn't saying this when he was doing it. I'm glad you're on here. And anytime you did pop up, I made sure I spoke to you. I say, what's up, Dale? Now you say when he was doing it, when they was speaking on you. I think that's what you're talking about. So if that's, hey, grown-ass people are grown-ass people, man. I'm not on every single live, and I'm sure it's a whole lot of talking. I'm going to tell another grown person, you keep that between whoever's saying it and that, you know what I'm saying? Just because I'm there, I'm not saying it. I've never got involved or had anything to say about anything, that what was going on in the back channels, I wasn't having to do with that. And I never even pretended to be. You know what I'm saying? You've talked offline with folks and all this so many times, I thought this stuff then got squashed. It's cool, Sparks. I mean, I'm glad he on. You know what I'm saying? I know he'll straight up do it. He'll address it. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna talk how they talk. I can't control how somebody talk. You know what I'm saying? Now, had it have been my live and my page or something like that, like I said, what y'all got going on, I don't know what y'all talk about on the back channel. That's why I ain't never said nothing about you. You ain't never heard your name come out of my mouth, especially your family, bro. I give my opinion about some other, whatever topic is going on or something like that. Hold on. I'm trying to keep these comments up. I defended what was said against you. I didn't defend nor support, And I'm neutral in that, bro. I don't know. Y'all got history. Y'all know about each other. I don't know y'all like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I got nothing to say about that. Throwing rocks and hiding hands. Hey, well, whoever that is, I don't. Is that me? You saying I do that? Cause I listen to you too. I like to hear both sides. And I like what you're doing out there. I see what you're doing. I see you. You know what I'm saying? You see what I be talking about. I hardly even talk about this unless it's related to a bigger message about something, you know what I'm saying? I don't do the day-to-day topics about the same stuff, no. Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, that's grown man stuff. Like I said, man, you ain't that much older than me, man. I'm gonna be 44 next month, man. You know, but as far as the other stuff, I still stand by what I said, you know. According to street rules, if I was a street dude, I'd be sounding like everybody else. But the way I rock with Swipe is as a civilian. That's what he came out as when I first saw him on YouTube, and that's how I rock with him. So I ain't got nothing to hide with that. Okay. Hey, that's all I want, man. You know what I'm saying? I get to say my piece, you know, and help, help a person understand. You know, I wouldn't be biased. You know, like I said, if I had warrants or something, and I feel like any other street dude, but I ain't a street dude, so I rock with him as a civilian. I'll rock with you. I'll rock with anybody as a civilian, you know? I'm not about that picking sides and all that, you know what I'm saying? I rock with who I rock with. I ain't got no enemies. Like you said, there ain't no ops, right? So it's cool. Hey, it's all love, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the peace. I always have been. I respect what you're doing out there with the programs and all that. But yeah, man, I mean, only reason why I even came and did this video is because I heard my name in the video and I heard the words attack my family and me, and I was like, yo, I ain't never said nothing about you. I ain't never attacked your family. I can't speak for other grown people and what they say, even if I'm on a panel. You know what I'm saying? If it was my panel or something like that, I would try to keep it down. But, you know, people going to have their opinions. And that's dealing with a history that I know nothing about. So I'm not going to even try to pretend on, you know, like I know what that's about. See if they only do that when they're wrong. Yeah, I try to, you know what I'm saying? I don't comment on, you know, I comment on what I'm asked about. You know what I mean? When it comes to other stuff, you don't hear me participating in that. You know what I mean? So it's cool. It's love, bro. I'm glad you came on, man. Said, look, oh, all right. You know, and it's just a whole bunch of people, you know, with the moderators who ain't saying nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it ain't got to be that. You know, other people is watching this. You know what I'm saying? We are examples. You know what I'm saying? And we could be a new wave. We just gotta, you know, we gotta be the example. You know? And I'm pretty sure you heard me talking about the other part when I was saying about the spot and all that stuff. You know what I mean? If those bloggers are still street dudes, then they shouldn't be on YouTube. And I believe you said the same thing. But if they civilians, then they should be thinking like civilians, not as street dudes and trying to hold to a standard they no longer live by. If they live by those standards, then that's a different thing. I ain't got nothing to say about that. But it's cool, man. You know, if you want to talk some offline sometime or whatever, hell, I'll pop on the live, whatever. So we good? I just wanted to clear that up, that I ain't never say nothing about you or your family. I don't know. I don't go after families. Even if I was saying something about you, I wouldn't say nothing about nobody's family though. right, so hey, y'all seen that? Grown man conversation. He came on, and you know what I'm saying? I ain't ducking nothing, you know what I'm saying? I let a person say their piece. I'm not gonna, I wasn't gonna block them or cut them off or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Cause y'all ain't never known me to be, messy like that. If I laugh at a joke or something was funny, hell, everybody roast everybody, so hell, I'ma laugh, okay. It ain't my lips that's saying it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. And I could be like, oh, don't do that. Who gonna listen to me? They're a grown person just like me. You know what I mean? Do I wish it was like this? Hell no. I want it to be like this. That's what we always talk about. Like Chicago be, we tear each other down, can't, like with the music stuff and all that. It's like, no, let's be different. You know what I'm saying? On the YouTube streets. Let's take over, whatever. Like you said, everybody else is benefiting from our story. I say our story. No, I don't live in Chicago. I was born and raised in Chicago. I seen the streets go from peaceful to violent. You know what I'm saying? I seen drugs take over the neighborhood and turn it into a wasteland damn near. You know what I'm saying? As far as the people. I've seen enough of it. So I still have a close affinity to that city. You know what I'm saying? My people still live there. So I'm invested too. Just because you out, you know what I'm saying? I care. I give a damn. You know what I mean? And I feel like I have a different perspective. I can, lend my mind, lend my hand, whatever, any way I can. And that's all it is, man. I want us all to be different. Not back to picking sides and all this stuff. I mean, let the outsiders do all that. But, well, I can't talk about the other stuff I was talking about, man. About man, I gotta create a new language to be able to talk about politics and all that, man. So it's something, man, because it's like I can't say nothing now without it being wrong. It's like, damn. I guess I'm gonna have to go ahead try to get one of them Patreons or what's the other one? Discord, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's not as censored, because we all see what's going on here, man. So I guess I have to keep it light up in this on YouTube, man. It's like real Gestapo goose steppers for real, man. That's how I know this will never get monetized. Said he ain't really said nothing. Anyway, I'm rolling sweat. Too many babies and stuff being killed. Yeah, I mean, hey, everybody, I'm making my choice as an adult. I don't look for nobody else's influence. Nobody else is influencing me, talking to me. Ain't nobody paying me nothing. What I do on my own accord as a grown man, as an individual. You know what I'm saying? It's just like TV shows and all that. The thoughts and opinions of such and such don't represent this and this and that. It's like, hey, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I rock with who I rock with. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't blame nobody for who they friends with and all that. I still support. I ain't gonna duck that. I ain't gonna back down from none of that. You know what I mean? Two Fly, what's up, man? But I'm glad we was able to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? That he was able to see my viewpoint. And if we talk, I love to hear him out. I hear all the same things everybody else hear. You know what I'm saying? I pop in, I listen to lives and all that. That's people's opinions. I'm not going back and, hey, somebody said this and said that. Hey, people fight their own, but I ain't nobody's bodyguard. But I'm going to speak on what I think is right from a civilian perspective, and I would expect anybody to do the same. If they if they disagree or anything like that, hey, I would expect them to say something. You know what I'm saying? That's what people do. That's what we need. Conversation. Less emotion and wanting to fight and kill and all this stuff. That's what we trying to talk these people, talk our community off the ledge for. You know what I mean? So that is what it is, man. It's all peace. That's why I'm always throwing that peace and the fist and the heart and you know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and brotherhood worldwide. That's what that mean. That's what the emojis mean. And sisterhood, brother and sisterhood. That's what the fist is for. So that is what it is. yeah, I mean, damn, I want to get into other stuff that I talked about earlier on the live, but I ain't gonna do it, man. Uh, Tomorrow though, I will do the chip. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know all this other stuff was gonna, come about, but I got it. I'm gonna do it. I ain't ducking that either. Right. Speak for you. Anybody. That's all anybody can do is speak for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back. I don't pass messages. Yeah, I know. I thought I was doing good today, Sparks. I really thought I was doing good today, man. But I think I know what it was though. I think it was what I started off with about the my truth and the uterus transplant stuff. I don't know, because and I was reading that from a screenshot that I took from the TV that was on Fox News, and it was quoting the American Medical Association. But because I said you're not a man or you're not a woman, I guess that that must have did it. I don't know, but it's whatever. He said, yeah, I ain't ducking the chip. I done the chip before. 3 years ago. It was a different chip, different kind of pepper. I got it. My family want to see it too. They want to laugh at me some more. Cause it's stupid, man. It's really this is stupid. I'm gonna put myself through something. There's no logic to this. This is loss of brain cells type stuff. I just want to see if I can take it. You know what I mean? Just a little, a little something. It's fun. It ain't gonna kill you, man. It ain't, unless you got an ulcer or something like that. It burns. It burns like hell. But the same way when we do self-defense training or whatever in the military, you got to get pepper sprayed every year. You gotta get pepper sprayed and go through a course. Well, where you're fighting with the baton and you got the dude in the red man suit and there's people holding pads and you got to be yelling commands, get back, get down, and you got to hit the pads. And then you get to the last person, and they got a baton and they, doing like this and doing the different strikes. You got to block and defend and all that. And then you got to do a takedown and give commands, to put the hands behind the back and cross your legs and, turn your face away from the sound of my voice type stuff like that. And you got to do all that. You got to get sprayed before you do all that. And you got to fight through it. The whole purpose is that if you're in the actual situation and OC gets deployed and you get a little spray in your face, you're not wilding out and the prisoner mess around and, or the subject mess around and take your gun and kill you, or they run off or something because you're like, my face. You're able to fight through it and still do your job with pepper spray in your face. So I didn't get sprayed in my face 6 times. It feels the same way except in your mouth. So all the panic, if anybody ever been pepper sprayed and you feel like you can't breathe or something, you're like, oh, I can't breathe. If you're talking, then you're breathing. You know what I'm saying? The idea is to not panic. You know what I mean? And it's gonna have them flare-ups. And it's water activated. So you can drink all the milk and water you want, it's gonna burn. So it's best to just sit there, slob, spit. You're gonna tear up, you're gonna, blow snot out your nose, but it don't last forever. And if you don't panic, you're good. When it starts getting into your lower intestine stuff, yeah, it's still hot, you know what I'm saying? It didn't even burn when I went to the toilet. It was more so the digestion in the lower stomach that was the worst of it all. And that was about, 5 to 10 minutes, and then it was it. So, I don't, them people on them videos, maybe they playing it up, or maybe they just not used to hot stuff. I don't know. It is what it is. He said, hold on, what's this? Can't touch chip. So they butt her off you speaking. Oh, damn way you speak. Oh, yeah. Said chip. Shut up, Sparks. Why don't y'all do it with me? Y'all evil, man. I'm stupid enough to do it. But y'all, man, yeah, it's cool though. I'm gonna do it though. I ain't scared. All right, man. I'm about to go ahead and kick back, man. All right? Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Appreciate Dale going ahead and popping in. You know what I'm saying? We got to clear that up, and that's how it's supposed to go. Let's see more of it. All right, y'all. That's all I had to get off my chest. Y'all stay blessed.